Taiwan.
Thank you. Thank for Fatima Zahra. Okay, let me to speak first. I'm Fan Yun, legislator from Taiwan, and a representative of the DPP, the ruling party right now. This is my second time attending Liberal International meetings. I know my name is not easy to pronounce, so feel free to just call me Yun, like our facilitator. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank you for support to pass to Taiwan-related resolution this morning. It means a lot for people of Taiwan. Also, the President Lai Ching-te wanted me to represent him to sincerely thank Liberal International for your long-standing and consistent support for Taiwan. Regarding the topic, I believe none of us would deny that Taiwan has long been navigating the politics of perpetual crisis and insecurity. So, how did Taiwan manage to achieve this? And what are the challenges we are facing right now at this moment? As you have all known that since 1949, Taiwan has been on the forefront of China's authoritarian expansion, especially since Xi Jinping took office. China's coercive activity against Taiwan has been escalating, including military pressure and gray zone oppositions, economic coercion, cyber attacks, and comprehensive infiltration and interference. However, Taiwan never gave up. This persistent threat turnout has forged Taiwan's profound resilience. So I'd like to analyze that for your understanding. First of all, Taiwan has built resilience in maintaining economic autonomy. Following China's rise, Taiwan's economy was once heavily reliant on the PRC, with massive amount of outbound investment flowing there. When the DPP's government recognized the risk, we were determined to lower our economic dependence on China. Since then, Taiwan's investment in China has decreased sharply. It fell from 84% of our total investment in 2010 to just 7.5% last year. This is the result of cooperation between the government and business sector. Our second resilience lies in safeguarding our hard-earned democracy. As you just heard this morning, Taiwan is the country most severely targeted by disinformation globally. For 11 years, Taiwan has been ranked as the most heavily affected country by foreign disinformation. Furthermore, the cyber attack on Taiwan's government have surged to over 1 million per day, as our colleague Puma Shen just analyzed. To address this challenge, our government and civil society have worked hand in hand. I just wanted to add that to counter cognitive warfare aimed at the younger generation, our Ministry of Education is developing teaching materials for understanding China. This aims to teach young students how to critically assess Chinese propaganda through social media. Furthermore, we are also reinforcing our national security reforms to counter China's infiltration and united front work. Of course, we are also working hard to strengthen our self-defense. We deeply understand that it is our own responsibility to defend Taiwan's sovereignty and democracy. As China's military threat against Taiwan continues to escalate, the DPP government has initiated Taiwan's most systematic and large-ever defense build-up since 2016, the year President Tsai Ing-wen was elected. In her 8 years of leadership, our defense budget has increased by over 80%, with an average annual growth of nearly 8%. President Lai Ching-te has announced that next year's national defense budget will reach 3.3% of GDP, meeting the NATO standard, and is expected to reach 5% by 2030. The fourth resilience we are working on is the so-called whole of society resilience. In addition to raising the national defense budget to a historical high, President Lai adopted a so-called whole of society resilience strategy aimed to strengthen the civic defense capacity. This strategy focused not only on improving our critical infrastructure, but on increasing resilience across all social sectors, while aligning local and national governments, private industry, and civic institutions in coordinated contingency plans, training community for emergency responses, and developing civic education that foster media literacy. As we are strengthening infrastructure against cyber and kinetic threats, building backup satellite communication system, and investing in energy resilience. Despite the resilience we have achieved or we are working on, however, I have to point out that we are now facing a new and deeper challenges. Driven by the semiconductor and high-tech boom, Taiwan's economy is forecast to grow by over 5% this year. Economic growth is a great development, but we are alert to a potential danger. Rising prosperity can lead to a widening sense of poverty, creating a threat to DPP's continued governance. World history reminds us that severe inequality often becomes a breeding ground for fascism or authoritarian populism. Upon recognizing this issue, the DPP government is committed now to sharing the fruits of economic growth with all citizens. We have also acted to provide universal tuition fee waivers for senior high schools and private universities, narrowing the gap in access to higher education. In addition to our well-known national health insurance system, we have been providing public childcare, public elderly care, and strengthening the basic social safety net. At this moment, we are also exploring other measures, such as providing improved pensions for farmers and unpaid family caregivers to ensure their financial security in old age. That's it for now. Thank you for your attention.